Hello, welcome back. I'm very happy to be back. I am back from my vacation. A vlog will be coming shortly. It may be up already, so if you haven't watched that, well, maybe it's not up, but maybe go and watch it if you like vlogs. It's gonna be long. I'm also kind of awkward with vlogging, and it's a skill that I want to improve upon. So hopefully you will watch it and encourage me to do more of it. Anyway, I'm back, baby, and I'm here to do my June favorites video. I was thinking this morning, I was like, should I do favorites, like favorites and fails, or should I just stick to favorites? So you guys let me know if you want me to do some of the favorites that I found and also some of the like fails, I guess. You know, it's not that revolutionary of an idea, but if you want to see that, of course I can kind of incorporate that, or I can just stick to the favorites, you know, keep it positive over here. So without further ado, let's get in. Be sure to like, subscribe, do those things, comment below. Tell me one thing that you are really loving this month. Maybe it's because it's the summer, maybe it's because we're out of quarantine here in the US. I don't know, just tell me one thing that you're happy about right now. And of course, for today's fun fact about Dana, I don't know, you guys may think it's fun. I don't necessarily think it's fun anymore, but I have been renovating my house with my husband. He was my boyfriend, then he was my fiance, now he's my husband. We've been doing that for about 4 years, and we're getting so close to being finished. Oh my God, fingers crossed. Especially in this market, like the housing market right now, we do want to try to finish it up and sell it. That was always the plan, but it's been a long-term thing. We never intended to do like a 3-month flip. It was kind of, we're gonna live in this house for a while, 4 years, and then turn it around and flip it and move on to the next one. And we've been living in it while doing it. So the fact that we got married at this point, like 4 years into it, I think is a testament to our relationship, because it's not easy. It's not easy to be in a house while renovating it and also like still love the person that you're with. So anyway, if you do have questions about that, I'm happy to answer them. I'm the person that comes and sweeps behind the mess that's made. I don't really do a lot of it, although I'm not bad at tiling, and I can put a floor together. So like we have old hardwood floors and we had to re-floor it, so it's like a puzzle to me. That's why I'm good at it. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so a few of these I do not have with me because I either used them and threw them away, not thinking, or yeah, that's pretty much it. So the first one, I will just put a picture here. I used it last night, actually. This is the Kristin S gloss for your hair. So as you can see, my hair is like, it's just more, it's a richer color. I forget, you might have seen some videos where I like saw the top of my head and I was like, ah, it's so light. So I try to do that every, I don't know, 6 months or so. There's no schedule for it, but I love the gloss. It's like, if I have a few grays, which I don't care about right now. But if it feels like it's getting just a little kind of like watered down, muddy, I throw a gloss on. It takes 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. I tend to get it all over. So like I actually have some dark spots on my forehead because I forgot to take it off. But I highly recommend it. It's not expensive at all, and I get it at Target. So if you just want to touch up your color without doing anything drastic, that's a good recommendation. I love it. I've used it probably like 4 or 5 times now. The other that I do not have are these salt lamps. We went up to New York to visit Cliff's family, and they had one of these in the room we were staying in. And I know people don't, like, you either love it or you hate it. And I was indifferent, but I really enjoyed having it. It was like this subtle glow. I don't know if there's anything to the actual salt. You know, there's supposed to be healing properties to it. I'm a bit skeptical about that, but I just enjoyed having kind of a different feel to the room, like the light that came from it. And, you know, it's just kind of like a little kooky crazy, but I liked it. The last one that I don't have are rompers. Guys, I am living my best 12-year-old life, and I am wearing rompers a lot. Of course, right now I'm not. Oh, look at this one. This is a fun shirt. Oh, snap. But when I am wearing regular clothes out in the world, I tend to wear rompers a lot these days. And I have short versions, I have long pant versions, I've got them all. I will list a few below the links that where I bought them. I think I bought them on like kind of random website / Amazon. But of course, higher end brands make them as well. I know Everlane is one of my favorite kind of more sustainable brands, like less fast fashion-y. So I think they have one as well. So I'll try to link a few below. But rompers are just great. The only issue with them is that you can't pee very easily. You know what I'm talking about, ladies. It's like when you are at the pool and you have a one piece on where you just have to take everything off and you're like, why am I naked here? That's the same thing with rompers. But otherwise, I think they're great. And I feel like a lot of them tend to come with pockets, and you wear them and you feel like you're dressed up, but you actually feel like you're just wearing pajamas. So that's why I like them. Lazy girl style right here. Okay, I think that's all of the things I don't have. So let's get into the things I do have. And by the way, I'm just picking up whatever I have here. There's no order to it. So if that bothers you, I apologize. Next up, this is Batiste Waterless Cleansing Foam. So this is a dry shampoo. I heard about this from, I don't know, like a local gym teacher, like trainer, and I just bought it. I buy a lot of things without thinking. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. I got this on Amazon. I think it's like $4 or $5. It's a dry shampoo. I'll go ahead and show you a little bit, but my hair, I actually just washed it. But it comes out as a foam, as you can see here. I guess I'll put some on the top. And you just put it in your hair. And it leaves it like, I mean, you can put a lot in and it will feel like wetter, but it does a really just nice job of not really being there, which is a weird thing. It's like, I want something to be not visible. I want it to be not really there. So I want nothing out of this product. No, but you know what I mean? Like, I can't stand dry shampoos where I spray it on, especially with brown hair. I used to have blonde, but as a brunette, it's like you just see the residue and it gets on your brush. I think this is just an easier way. I don't know if it works that well. I have typically drier hair, so like I'm probably not the best person, but I also don't wash my hair more than like a few times a week, and I work out a lot. So I use this after I work out. I put it all through my hair. Like I put an obscene amount. I just go all over. And then I tend to throw my hair up in a bun or something, kind of just let it dry out of my face. And then I take it down and I can blow dry it. And I just feel like it keeps my life easier. So yeah. Next up, I have 2 creams-ish skincare related products. I have been testing a ton of skincare right now, and it's going to be coming in some videos coming up. But skincare and sunscreens, but skincare more so than sunscreens, take a long time to form an opinion on. I don't want to just put something on my face and the next day make a video for obvious reasons. But now these 2 I've had for probably like 3 years, both of them. This one is the Weleda Skin Food. You've probably heard about it. Like Katie Jane Hughes, Alana Davison, they rave about it. They have very dry skin. Well, I know Alana has very dry skin, and she uses it to prep before makeup. My skin is more normal to sometimes oily these days, except under my eyes. That's why I have these 2. This is what I use them exclusively for. This one you can use anywhere on your body. It's a very, very rich cream. If you've not seen it or heard of it, let me get some out for you. It comes out in this kind of like balmy texture, and I know that doesn't really do it justice, but you'll feel the film. And if you're going to use it on your face as a cream or moisturizer or makeup prep, you really don't need a ton. Now for me, under my eyes, I actually slather my under eyes with everything because they are so incredibly dry that it needs to be there for hours, basically. The other one that I recommended to quite a few friends is this Purito Centella Green Level Eye Cream. This has Centella, which is an extract, and they say it's got like 49% of it, which is great. It's just really good at calming irritated skin. For me, it helps with the dryness. It also has peptides in it, which for me, again, peptides are just, my skin soaks them up. And I put this on at night, I put it on in the morning. It does have a scent. It doesn't bother my eyes, but this, you can tell, like this bottle is almost done. I have one downstairs. Been using it for years. Easy to get off of Amazon. Love it, chef's kiss. Okay, another skincare-ish related thing. Isle of Paradise. This is the Hyglo Self-Tan Serum with hyaluronic acid. So this is a self-tanning drop. This is interesting. I see the Isle of Paradise brand at Sephora. You see it all these places, but I never see this one. And I always get worried because I'm like, oh my God, are they not stocking it anymore? Like, what's going on? This stuff is incredible. I don't typically do a lot of self-tanning just because like I am darker, but my face is so much lighter than the rest of my body just because I slather it with sunscreen. So I find that if I use a few drops of this at night, a few times a week, maybe not even that often, it just gives me this really nice healthy glow, kind of cancels out any discoloration I might have. So when I use this, the next day I'm like, oh, I don't need to wear makeup, which is nice. So they say obviously that it has hyaluronic acid. My thoughts on hyaluronic acid in something like this are like, okay, you could probably be getting some of the benefits from it, but if you really want hyaluronic acid, just use it in your skincare routine. Don't go to this for your hyaluronic acid, but it's beautiful. I think I do 4 drops, and I actually do like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I go all over my face and make sure I get like edges, you know, right here, all these little places that you tend to forget. And then wash your hands and then let it dry, and then you can do the rest of your skincare, and it's just beautiful. 4 drops is all you need. Don't go too ham though. And if you're lighter than me, maybe do less. Next up, I've been meaning to talk about these for a long time. These are the CO patches. So this one is for your chest, as you can tell, and it just goes right here, and then like the little part goes in between your boobs kind of. And then I also have the brow, eye, smile, and neck. These are basically medical grade silicone, which medical grade, that's just marketing. Silicone is silicone. They say that they intensify hydration and support skin's ability to retain moisture, minimizing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. You can put these on for a few hours at a time. You can put them on overnight. What I typically do is, this one is my favorite. If you tend to get like the wrinkles between, like on your chest, between your boobs, this is really great because it just goes flat on your chest. It's not bothersome at all. I actually find it to be really nice because I feel like it's like support. Like, you're not wearing a bra, of course, but it just feels like you're nice and supported. I try to wear this as often as I can at night, and I wear it all night long. Sometimes I forget, but I notice such a difference when I do wear it. Now for this one, I do use the forehead one, but I use it at night often because I have like quite a bit of wrinkles and lines there. And then I use the eye ones also, but I don't like sleeping in those. Those are just too uncomfortable. And also like they fit more out here, and my wrinkles even like start here. I don't ever use the neck one. I probably should. This is a mosquito bite, by the way. And I guess I have smile ones in here. Oh no, I think the eye ones you can also use on your smile lines. For me, it's more about my under eyes, my forehead, and my chest. So that's what I go with. Now these are a little pricey. I do have a code if you want to use like to get some % off. I will list that below. They are expensive, but they last a long time, especially if you take proper care of them. And it's just one of those things that if you really are bothered by lines here, it's a really good thing. For the ones that I use on my face, I don't use them every night at all because I feel like while it does like keep the moisture in, I need to add more and more moisture. So I'll use them maybe once a week or in the morning if I have like a slow morning. But otherwise I don't use them every night because I feel like I'm then just kind of like slacking on my skincare routine. If you do have questions about it though, it's let me know. They're pretty simple. Like, it is just silicone, and you can read a little bit more on the science behind it on their website. Okay, next up we have kind of a sleeper favorite that I didn't know I was gonna like so much. Actually, I knew I was gonna like the Kosas concealer. I did a video on Kosas, like a full face of minis. I will link that above. And this is what I got afterward. This was one thing I really fell in love with. And the only problem is I got it in the shade 4N, and it's okay when I'm tan. It's a little warm, but I would prefer maybe like a little bit more of a neutral color. So I might, I hate doing that. I hate having to buy like one and then needing another shade when it comes time for winter, but I might have to do that. It's just a really good, pretty full coverage concealer. The thing I like about it though is I would call it like a self-setting concealer. You can put it on, it's not gonna budge. You don't necessarily need to powder, which is huge, but it doesn't dry you out. So I have it on under my eyes. Let's see. Oh, that's so close. I have it on under my eye, and like I have wrinkles, that's not going to go away from it, but they don't look like cakey, they don't look gross. I mean, they look like I have wrinkles and fine lines, but I think they look pretty darn good. The next thing is this Kosas 10-second, what's it called? 10-second eyeshadow. This gets a lot of flack, and I totally get it. It's a weird product. First of all, it's all liquid. Do you see that? Like, yeah, 100% liquid. If you have it open, I'm not going to show you because I could spill it all over, but there's no way to stop it, basically. Like, it's open to the elements. So once you take this out, if you're not careful, you will spill all of it. So just kind of keep that in mind if you do have it. You also have to shake it, of course, before you use it. Now, the first few times I used it, I was like, oh, this color, like, I think this color is beautiful. It's a one and done shadow for me. It's not too crazy glittery, but it's not like too dark. It's just, for my skin, I love this shade. But I put it on, and after like a few hours, it just was gone, like dissipating, which is not really something you want to do, especially when it's not a cheap product. So tried it a few times, didn't like it. Did I try it over concealer? I may have, because I typically just do concealer and then shadows, but instead I used my Nars, what is this called? Tinted Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. It's an eyeshadow base, and I've had it for a long time. I love it. It's tinted lightly, and this combination, and it lasts all day, and you don't have to worry. So using it on its own, unfortunately, does not work, but if you do try like a eyeshadow base, that works a lot better. And I don't remember exactly how it works with concealer, but it's something I could try probably. Okie dokie. Next up, we have some Japanese sunscreens. So I have a whole video on Korean or like kind of Asian sunscreens, which I will link above. But lately I have been reaching for my Japanese ones. And this is mainly because a lot of the Korean ones that I had been using had some issues with kind of the SPF not being up to snuff. So for example, the Beach Shield by Crave Beauty, it says that it's, well, this one doesn't say the SPF because it's the US version, but I believe it's like an SPF 50 or 45 in Korea, and it was actually proven that it was a SPF 19. So I'm just a little wary of them, and I know that you're still getting protection, but it's just kind of, you know, you want to know that you're getting the protection that you need. But these, because they are from Japan, it's a different kind of testing agency. Like here in the US we have the FDA, and then in Korea they have the KFDA, so like the Korean FDA. But in Japan it's completely different. And this is also made by Shiseido, which is one of my absolute favorite sunscreens. I will link that video above. I still love that. I need to repurchase it because I'm all out. But I find that these are very, very elegant, all three of them. This one is kind of like your neutral sunscreen. It doesn't leave you glowy, it doesn't leave you matte. The Canmake Mermaid one leaves you a little bit more matte, but even for me, I'm still quite dewy. And then this would probably be like, not super dewy, but the dewiest of the three. And I just find that all three of them go on so beautifully. Makeup sits wonderfully under them, and they're very easy for reapplication. So in the summer, I just need something simple like that. I cannot deal with like a heavy, chalky mineral sunscreen right now. I will get to that point in a second. So these have just been super nice, super fluid. And so the main thing with these sunscreens, but also with Korean sunscreens, is even if their SPF rating maybe is a little lower than advertised, I think it's important to remember to reapply. I say that to myself, I'm saying that to you. I'm not great at it. It's a really hard thing to get into the practice of. And I think these sunscreens also are made for more like of an indoor world. Maybe you're going to your car, you're going out to lunch, but if you're in the sun all day, I would not recommend those. I just don't think that they're the strongest ones that you can get. And for me, I tend to get melasma, I have discoloration, so I do really need to be careful about what sunscreen I use, especially when I'm in direct sun. So that's just my little like PSA. Okay, and then I had a few other sunscreens that I've really been enjoying. I must remind you though, I try so many sunscreens, so just because I'm not mentioning one right now because I said I loved it before, it doesn't mean I don't love it. I'm just trying new ones, so when I try a new one, I'll let you know. This is the Garnier Ambre Solaire. This is from Europe, so if you're in the US, you can get it. Obviously, I got it. but you'll have to order it from abroad and then it'll get shipped here. It's basically a dupe for the La Roche-Posay Shaka one. So you can even see they have like the same, basically same packaging. And this is a chemical sunscreen. I just like it because it goes on so quickly, very much like the Japanese ones. And I feel like this one dries a bit more matte, which for me is super important in the summer. I don't need anything dewier. Now, another option, but in the mineral vein, is the Dr. Brandt Liquid Sun Shield. This one also just happens to be the priciest one I own right now, which is a shame because the Garnier one is probably one of the cheaper ones. But this one is really nice, and I think I mentioned it in my other video, but for me, a mineral sunscreen, I have to have it in kind of a more liquidy form, and I've found that that is the best way to have less of a white cast. So this one, again, is in that form, but it also doesn't have the like super glowy and dewy finish, which again, I will say once more, is important to me in the summertime. It also doesn't feel heavy and like too, I don't know, just some mineral sunscreens feel so heavy on your skin. So I like that because it doesn't feel like that. And the last part, look at this, I have my teaching. I have my whole list right here. So I don't forget anything. But my last one, students, is I want to normalize needing and using all different types of sunscreens. So as you can tell from this video, I've said many times, like I need a sunscreen in the summer that is fluid, that is soft, well not soft, but light, not heavy. I don't want anything too cakey. I just need something that lets my skin kind of breathe. And so for me in the summer, that means I use chemical sunscreens almost exclusively. I will use a mineral sunscreen if I know I'm going to be in air conditioning all day or my skin's feeling dry. But for me, with normal to sometimes oily or combo skin, I just need something that fits with my lifestyle a little bit better. And I think there's been a very big push by like the clean beauty industry to say that you can only use mineral sunscreens and those are the best for your body. I think that's kind of garbage. I think you need to be aware of some of the like misleading claims about that, but also just go with what works for you. I spent so many years trying to use mineral sunscreens, and it was like they're sweating off my face. I was trying to run, I was trying to work outside, and they just didn't work with my lifestyle. Especially if you do have more oily skin, it's very hard to find one that's more matte and doesn't feel too heavy. And I live in the South. It's humid, it's hot, it's gross. I don't want more layers on my body in any form. So I am working to normalize needing and wearing the sunscreen that your body wants and that you like. And this changes. I might need a very dewy, heavy mineral one come December or January, and that's okay. So I will end on that rant, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do let me know what you've been liking this month, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!